Hi, welcome to Which Pose Wednesday. Today I'm going to show you Janusirsasana, head to toe pose, or also known as half seated forward fold. Unlike when we're sitting in our car or at our office or at our home, where we might be on a soft cushion and leaning back just a little bit like this. In this pose, we're rooting down into our sitting bones, lifting up through our spinal extensors, pulling the belly up and in, and rolling our shoulders back and down, so that we can strengthen and align the pelvis and spinal muscles. We're going to take the sole of our foot, draw it up into the inside of your thigh. Now, if you have tenderness in your knee and this is too much flexion, adjust to wherever your knee wants to be. Meet yourself where you are, that's just fine. On an exhale, hinge forward through the hips and reach down. Wherever your hands land is just fine. Hold on to that foot. As you come into the stretch, you're going to feel the soleus, the gastrocnemius, and the hamstrings stretch all the way up your back. Take an inhale all the way into your ribs and your back. And then exhale, drop your chin, bow your head. As you come into that bowing position, let your back round just slightly. The latissimus dorsi and the spinal extensors up through the top and back of your spine will stretch. It's a gorgeous stretch. It feels so good. Now, like a lot of seated poses, it tends to reveal when we have some asymmetry in our bodies. So you'll see, I'll show you on this other side, as I pull my knee in, this knee does not want to come up as high. I have a really tight hip on this side. So what you can do is grab a block, a towel, a blanket, anything that supports your knee right here. Go ahead and use that. That way you'll have a place for your leg to ground into, and you can start to strengthen those muscles by pressing down. What you don't want to do is use your hand to press down and stress that hip muscle, or excuse me, hip joint. Now as you forward fold, sometimes what people find is that they have a hard time reaching all the way forward. This is due to a posteriorly tilted pelvis. So a lot of us just have a pelvis that tilts back this direction because of the way we sit, or sometimes that's just normally our spine. So when we go to reach forward, we're bending from the waist, and it's really hard to get a stretch there. So a quick fix for this is to bring a towel, the edge of a blanket, something that's just to help you get a little bit of lift in the pelvis, so that rather than a posterior tilt, you'll get an anterior tilt, just a slight one in the pelvis. Once the pelvis is able to hinge a little bit, then you can hinge forward, lean all the way. Yeah? This is a great one for any forward bending seated stretch. As well, you can always use the strap to help stretch down. There are so many options to get yourself into this pose. Go ahead and use all your props and enjoy this lovely stretch, Janusirsasana. Thanks.